How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. There have been a lot of big events happening over the last month, and today is no different. There are a lot of interesting things happening in the market. I want to go through it with you really briefly. I'm on the move today. You might see some people that you know in the next few days, but let's get started. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this one. Also, if you want to trade crypto, there's a link underneath the video to WEEX. You can get set up in just a few minutes. You don't need a VPN. You don't need to KYC. You get started and you can start trading in just a few minutes. Just check their terms and conditions. They also have a pretty sweet bonus offer right now. 0% maker fees for the rest of the month. And you can get up to $20,000 in bonuses. There are also links to BTCC, WEEX, like I said before, BTCC, Blofin, and CoinW. All of them have great bonuses and different offers, so check those out underneath the video. And there is a link to the Patreon as well underneath the video. Now, the DXY is on the verge of losing the 50-day EMA. The dollar weakening is mega bullish for risk assets. We just saw the biggest liquidation event in the history of crypto, but Bitcoin remained strong. I mean, it fell down 10%. while other cryptocurrencies were falling down 40-50%. Now, we just saw the Bank of England cut rates by 25 basis points, which was expected. We have seen the dollar weaken just over the last few days with kind of resolution of tariff concerns. A lot of people were thinking if there are significant tariffs, these countries, Canada and Mexico, are going to have to stimulate. From Canada, we were hearing about pandemic levels of stimulus, which is kind of nuts. But now it seems like that concern's kind of gone. And now now the DXY is falling down, which, like I said, good for risk on assets. You know what else is good for risk on assets? When they're bought up by banks. U.S. Bank has $24 million in Bitcoin ETFs per SEC filings today. America's fifth largest bank with $450 billion AUM. This is just the beginning. This is peanuts for them. They want to hold a significant amount of Bitcoin, and with the change in accounting rules, they'll be able to hold spot Bitcoin for clients here very soon. We also know that MicroStrategy is the largest holder of Bitcoin for their clients, and now they expect their convertible preferred stock STRK to be listed on the NASDAQ today. They have a dividend yield, or this ticker has a dividend yield of 8%, and it's basically like a call option with a dividend. Pretty interesting. I think there are going to be a lot of people that buy this, that want to trade this, that I think there's going to be a ton of interest in this, because where else can you get a fixed dividend yield of 8% in the stock market with allocation towards crypto, or with some crypto exposure? There are very few places. Well, I don't think there are any places where you can get that, unless you're just trying to sell call options or something like that. But that's a whole different game. Just buying this and holding it could be interesting to a lot of people. Now, a lot of states are trying to get into Bitcoin as well. 22 states now have introduced Bitcoin bills. There have been a couple in the last few days that have started to introduce Bitcoin bills, including New Mexico, and there's one or two others as well. So a lot of states are now introducing Bitcoin bills. Obviously, we're not at the point where they're getting passed yet, where they're going into law, where these states are accumulating Bitcoin, but this is just the start. And you can start to see it spread, right? There are politicians that realize that either Bitcoin's good for the state or it's good for their votes. And either way, if they continue to do this, eventually a state or two will start buying Bitcoin. Banks also, like I said earlier, want to offer crypto assets. The Fdic plans to revise bank guidelines for crypto, aiming to allow banks to embark on some activities without getting regulatory permission first. So this will be interesting as well. That could happen, in the next couple months. Eric Trump says it feels like a great time to enter BTC at World Liberty Fi. So obviously he's been quite bullish on Ethereum. He's bought wrapped Bitcoin as well recently. We'll have to continue to monitor this as well. Obviously, we can watch the public addresses and see if they're accumulating spot Bitcoin. And the next phase, Czech president signed a law removing the capital gains tax on Bitcoin after 3+ years of holding. We've talked about different catalysts before, including different countries allowing different tax benefits for holding Bitcoin. This could be one way for them to accumulate Bitcoin over time, is that they allow you to, buy a house with it or something like that. They allow transactions to happen without capital gains. They are the ones that eventually get the Bitcoin, right? They let's say, again, there are no capital gains. If you buy a house in their country, they could allow you to buy the house and then switch it with cash on the backside. So the seller doesn't actually get the Bitcoin. They get the Bitcoin and then give cash to the seller. So I'm sure that there are going to be more countries that start allowing this as well. Let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. Shorter video here, but I thought that there are some interesting things happening. We have jobs info coming out tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. That will obviously influence the markets. Later today, we have Amazon earnings as well. Let me know your thoughts on this underneath the video. And again, you can check out the links underneath the video to WEEX, to BitUnix. Thank you so much. I'll see you all in the next one.